A mishap took place in the Daulat Beg Oldie area of Ladakh during a tank exercise of crossing the river yesterday in the sector due to a sudden increase in water levels. Loss of lives of army personnel has been feared. More details are awaited on it. What we understand right now is that the PRO Defence Lay told TV9 that details were emerging and will be shared accordingly. What we know right now is that 5 people have been killed according to army officials. The incident occurred at around 3 a.m. during a tank exercise involving river crossing triggered by a sudden rise in water levels. This is the big story that we are tracking at the moment. A tank exercise gone wrong at the heights of the Himalayas, especially at the Daulat Beg Oldie area, where in Ladakh, during the tank exercise, especially during the crossing of the river, in that sector, there could have been sudden rise in the river water, and that has led to the loss of lives of army personnel in that area. I'm joined by my colleague Irfan Qureshi on the phone line. Irfan Qureshi, what do we know about this tank exercise that was being carried out at 3 a.m.? What further details can you give up about what is the casualties that we are probably looking at?
See, so far details we are getting in, 5 army soldiers, including a JCO, has lost his life in this mishap. This was a tank exercise that was involving river crossing, during which the water level was suddenly increased, and that led to the mishap and loss of lives of soldiers in this accident. The area is actual line of control that is somewhere around Daulat Beg Oldie. The exact location, what we are getting in to know is the Mandir mode that has been told by the defense officials when this tank exercise was, taking place in the area. It was around 3 a.m. in the morning when this accident, took place, and the soldiers were present there doing this exercise. The tank is T-72 tank that was involved in the, river crossing exercise. So far, the investigation has been initiated in this accident, and 5 Jawans of Indian Army have lost life, including a JCO. That has been confirmed.
Well, JCO is a junior commissioned officer, and recently we have seen how the tensions with China has been going on for some time. And one of the strategies was to get the T-72 tanks, because the Chinese side has in fact got their light mountain tanks on top as well. So the T-72 was considered to be one of those tanks that could probably be a reply for the Chinese having their mountain tanks there. But this tank that we are talking about, the T-72s that have been put into service, especially at these heights, they are heavy tanks for that region, aren't they?
Exactly. You see, this is the high altitude area, and as you said, that we have been facing a lot of tension previously in this whole area of Daulat Beg Oldie and other areas of the line of actual control. And India has always tried to, establish a good infrastructure and put in place in command high-tech military gadgets, and also enhances the tank services in the area, so that we can give a befitting reply to the China whenever it is required in the line of actual control. This T-72 tank is very important around the line of actual control. That's why we are seeing nowadays a lot of exercises are being held across the line of actual control by the Indian Army. That was the part of this exercise when this mishap took place in the area of this Daulat Beg Oldie. But unfortunately, the water level of the river while the tank was crossing the river suddenly increased, and that led to the unfortunate mishap, and 5 Jawans, including the JCO, has lost his life.
Well, let's in fact wait for more details to also emerge. We're being told that the army will be in fact slowly giving out the details as they in fact go through the entire understanding of what has happened at that location. My colleague Irfan giving us details from the ground as much as he knows on it as well. We will keep you posted on this. For those who are joining us, this is the big story that we are tracking right now. There have been a tank exercise at one of the heights in Ladakh. What we understand is that this place, it took place near the Daulat Beg Oldie area of Ladakh, and during that tank exercise, one of the goals was to in fact go ahead and cross the river in that particular sector, and the sudden rise in water levels at the river led to the loss of lives of army personnel is what we understand. We are still waiting for more details to come in. Thank you, Irfan, for joining us with all those details.